Still in the midst of our first 24-hour deep recycle on this battery, getting a charge on it, and have about 3 hours to go before it's done. But it gave me an opportunity while in the midst of this rain delay to more thoroughly read the manual. It would have been helpful if I did that first instead of plugging everything in and going. I was just excited to see if it was going to work or not. Okay, so anyway, let me show you what I found out. Welcome to 3D Accuracy, where I'll talk about 3D printing, 3D product design, and 3D injection and die-cast mold design. Like I mentioned, the battery has about 3 more hours to charge before it's finished, before we've gone through a 24-hour cycle. However, after reading the manual in a little more depth, I've discovered that it's basically in standby mode right now. That is why when I checked the voltage, it only showed 50 volts and not 230 volts. So, what you have to do, see, I assumed the battery was on, but it's not. You have to press the little on-off button, and then you see the other lights come up. Now, with this little green light on there, it is now providing electricity to the power cable. So, let's check it again and see what it says. Alright, let's get this voltmeter turned on. Turn it on to volts. Change the mode so that we're AC, not DC. I'll turn that this way, see if we can see that a little better. See if I can get these probes in there. What do we have? Look at that, 234.8 volts. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. For now, we just wait a little bit until the charging is complete. And then later on today, we'll go ahead and see if we can get this guy fired up. I'm getting excited. We get a little bit closer every day, don't we? It'd be nice to finish this. I want to get done with this so I can move on to other things. I have other things I want to do. The time has come. The battery's all charged. I've turned the printer off. I've turned the switch off that provides electricity to the battery, and I've turned the circuit breaker off. And then I plugged in the other extension cord for the power cable, and I plugged in the RS-232 connector, which connects the battery to the computer. It's a direct connection between the two so that the battery can tell the computer when to turn on, when to turn off, when to shut the system down. So, we're ready to turn it back on again. Fingers crossed this works. Let's do this. All the connections are made, the power connections going to and from the battery, and the network cable is plugged in the back. So we're all ready to go. Okay, I also turned on the air compressor, let that get a full charge of air so that in case this works, which I'm hoping it does, then we may be able to test some other things, but one step at a time. Okay, so first, turn on the circuit breaker in the back of the machine. Now power is going into the 3D printer. Now turn on the little switch underneath here for the battery. Okay, that's on. That little light is on. Now the battery has electricity going to it again. So let's see what it says on the front of the battery right now. Now isn't that strange? See, it dips back to 86%. I don't know why that does that. Okay, now it says load not powered. Press the start button to start. Okay, so let's press this. Okay, now this is working. What do I hear going? I hear a fan going in here. Well, let's take the treble light, see what I can see. Oh, this motor is going again. Okay, so there is power going to the machine. Obviously, see, this didn't run before. This little blower here. It takes outside air and blows it up through the heads for cooling. Okay, now let's take a look. Turn that treble light off. See what it says up here. Ah, look at that. Checking AC board, checking IO board. Press the green button to continue or press escape to cancel. Let's press the green button and keep our fingers crossed. I heard a click. Checking IO board, checking headboard. I heard another fan come up. Checking model 2, checking support 1 cartridge, 2 cartridge board. Finished PIC board updates. Successful updates. Failed or no response. Well, this is farther than I've gotten before. Never gotten this far before. Initialization. Okay, I believe that's the network address. Oh, look at that. The lights came on. Hooray! Lights. Okay. Auto Home XYZ. Okay, unlock hood door. E. Okay, Auto Home XYZ. Hit enter. All right, now I also heard that little poof of air, which I heard before. I can feel air moving. There's a fan going here. These fans are running. Oh, and look at the boards are lit up. Hear that little poof of air? Okay, so now let's hit enter. Auto Home XYZ, unlock hood door, hit enter. Homing XYZ gantry, please wait. Press escape to abort homing. Ah, the head is moving. Ah, wonderful. Wonderful. I'm ecstatic. Ooh, she's a quick one. Okay. Build job, operator controls, modeler status, maintenance. Tips, model and support, have T12 tips in there, okay. Now, maintenance. One of the first things I want to do, we should stop and celebrate. It's running. I've never gotten this far with it before. This is wonderful. This is absolutely wonderful. Oh, hallelujah. Okay, so back to what we were doing here. What I want to do next is get it into the maintenance sequence where I can adjust the network settings so that the computer in the machine here will talk to the router over here. That's the cable that I repaired a while back. It's already in place. It's plugged into the back of the machine. And so what I need to do is change the address, and that way I can send projects to the printer to print them. Oh, guess what I just checked? We have vacuum on the build sheet, holding it up against the build platform. There's a vacuum in there. The sheet, the build sheet is snug. I can barely move it. So we have vacuum. Wonderful. It's alive. It's alive. I need to insert a clip from the old Dracula movie here, or the old Frankenstein movie, I mean. Yeah, we need to insert a clip here. That would be funny, yeah? Okay, well, I have the network set up. It is now talking to the router across the shop that's sitting over on the Fortus 250 MC, and I can see it on my laptop. So that means that the next thing I can do, of course, I have to dry some materials and look at the canisters of materials I have. I also have to find some tape to tape the canisters back shut again once I open them up to dry the materials. So I have some other things to do before we're going to actually print a part, but we're very close. We're very, very close. It's now a functional part of the shop. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you're ever in need of 3D product design, 3D injection mold design, 3D die-cast mold design, or 3D printed prototypes or production parts, please feel free to contact me. You can find contact information in the video description. I look forward to hearing from you and to being of service to you. Thank you for watching. As always, I appreciate it. See you on 3D Accuracy's next video.